Hi there, reception learners. I'm Olivia. Welcome to lesson number 35. If you've been tuning in with other lessons, you'll know we've been talking about mathematical concepts like heavy, heavier, or light and lighter. Today, we're talking about a new idea, a different type of measurement. Today, we're talking about capacity. Have you heard of capacity before? Our learning intention today is to be able to estimate and compare the capacity of two objects. I've got a bit of a problem. I've been out in the hot sun all day and I've forgotten to have a drink. I'm really thirsty. Do you know what that's like when you feel really thirsty? I don't know which cup to choose. Am I going to choose this cup or this cup? Which cup is going to hold more water for me? Which one do you think? What would you choose if you were really thirsty? Let's call this one cup 1 and this one cup 2. Maybe you could draw a picture of the cup or write the number 1 or 2 on your piece of paper at home. Have you heard the word capacity before? Where have you heard it? Capacity means how much something can hold. You might have heard it in terms of how much liquid or sand something can hold. Or you might have heard the word capacity in places like Adelaide Oval or maybe on a school bus. Capacity means how much something can hold. It might be how much juice fits in a cup, or it might be how many people can fit in Adelaide Oval for a cricket or a football match. It might also mean how many children can fit on a school bus. Now, let's think back to our cups. Which cup did you choose? Cup 1, the taller cup, or cup 2, the shorter cup? Let's be mathematicians and do some counting and estimating. Let's count how many blocks fit in each cup to help us estimate which cup we'll choose if we're very thirsty. Let's start with the tall cup. How many blocks do you think might fit? How could we find out? Let's test it. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are you estimating? 6, 7, 8, almost full, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and one more, 14. How many did you guess? So there were 14 blocks that fit in cup number 1. And remember, we're trying to find out or discover which cup holds more or which cup holds less. We're trying to find which cup has the greater capacity. Do you think 14 blocks will fit in this cup? Let's see. All of the blocks fit in the second cup, but there is still a lot more room. What is happening here? Let's look at some other attributes. What do you notice about these cups? I've noticed that this cup is very narrow at the bottom and tall. What do you notice about the second cup? I've noticed that the second cup is not as tall, but it is very wide. Think back to our problem. Which cup did you choose? Do you want to think again? If you'd like to, you can change your answer on your piece of paper. Remember, this cup held 14 blocks. That's quite a lot. But when we tipped them into this cup, there was still lots more room. Let's see how many more blocks we can fit to find out more about this cup's capacity. Are you ready to do some more counting? We're going to count on from 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and lucky last, number 24. So this cup held 14 blocks, and this cup holds 24 blocks. I wonder which number is bigger, 14 or 24? Did you guess 24? You're right, 24 is the bigger number. So we're learning that this cup holds more and this cup holds less. I've bought some water today with some food colouring in it, just for fun, so that we can test this again. We can use our measurement skills and the things that we've learnt as mathematicians to see if we're right again. I'll need to move these first. Can you remember our problem? I was very, very thirsty. I need to choose the cup with the biggest capacity so that I'm not thirsty anymore. Am I choosing cup 1, the tall cup, or cup 2, the shorter cup, but also wider? Let's find out. It's nearly full. Full all the way to the brim. Now, let's see. Do you think this liquid is going to fit into this cup? Should we find out? You're right, it does. And there's still some room left over. Which cup has the biggest capacity? Let's remember. The tall cup, that is narrow, or the shorter cup, that is wide. So today, we've been learning about capacity. And now that you know so much about things that hold more or hold less, you might like to test your thinking at home. There might be some things you could play with, perhaps in a sandpit or at your local park or maybe even in the bath. Have a look in your cupboards and see what you can find. Thanks again for joining me today. Bye.